Jai Jai Sri Radhe, Jai Jai Sri Radhe. So we're discussing Sri Radha and Her Manjaris from Vilapa Kusumanjali by Raghunatha Das Goswami. We're on verse 34, we're continuing. And the subject matter of this verse is that Radharani has received the Shankachuta jewel as a gift from Krishna. And the Manjari, Tulsi Manjari, who is Raghunatha Das, is doing seva of dressing Radharani in the morning by 8:30 in the morning. 6 o'clock, 6:30 in the morning, dressing Radharani to prepare her to go to Nandagram and cook Krishna's breakfast. So Tulsi Manjari is putting that jewel mala on Radharani's neck, and she's calling Radharani Sumukhi, because at that time when she puts the jewel on Radharani's neck, she tells a nice pastime. She says, sometimes this Shankachuta gem around your neck becomes a good friend, has an intimate friendship with Krishna's Kostumamani in different intimate Kunja Leelas. So when that's called Rasodgar, the Manjari is doing seva of reminding Radharani of previous pastimes with Krishna, which creates great feelings of happiness and sweet memories in Radharani's heart. And so at that time, when Radharani hears these pastimes, this intimation of previous pastimes, she becomes very happy, and the happiness of her heart is registered in her eyes and face. And so that's why seeing that transformation of Radharani's emotions and face and eyes in such a beautiful, loving expression, Tulsi Manjari says, "Oh, Sumukhi." So she's calling her Sumukhi to glorify Radharani's. Sumukhi means beautiful face, which is decorated with loving memories of intimate exchange with Krishna. Brought about by talking about the Kostuma money necklace of Krishna and the Shankachuta money necklace of Radharani. That's what we're talking about. So Tulsi Manjari awakens so many remembrances of so many previous pastimes of Radharani and Krishna in Radharani's heart. So we mentioned yesterday, this is one of the sevas of the Manjaris. The Manjaris are kinkaris that not only do practical seva with their senses, cooking things and brushing Radharani's hair, painting her feet, bathing her, dressing her, so many things they do with their hands, but they also serve with their voice, with their thoughts, with their eyes, with their words, and different things. So here there's many services going on. The working senses, the karmendriya senses, which are called the gyanendriya senses. So Manjari is serving Radharani with her hands. She's putting a mala, Shankachuta jewel mala on Radharani's neck, and she's serving Radharani with her mouth, because she's saying Sumukhi, and she's speaking about this mala and how it's a friend of Krishna's Kostuma mala, and they have a loving friendship together. And then so she's serving with her mouth by speaking Leelas, and she's serving with her mind by helping Radharani visualize those Leelas, and she's serving Radharani's heart by creating emotions and feelings in Radharani's heart. So the Manjaris are absorbed, body, mind, words, everything, and pleasing Radharani and bringing Krishna into Radharani's heart and mind, and into her arms also, by bringing them together for Rati Keli and Sambhog Leela. So, this is what we're discussing. So we're on this point here. Anathas Babaji makes a point about the friendship of gems. Like usually people have friends, are friends, but gems, jewels and gems can also be friends. Very esoteric concept. But the gems here, it's a male gem and a female gem. Radharani is a gem herself, Chintamani, Prem Chintamani. Radharani is a Prem Chintamani, Ratna, and Krishna is he's a Nilamani, he's blue sapphire of love. But they're gems, Radharani's Shankachura, Mala, and Krishna's Kostuma are also friends. So it's explained here. Krishna's Kostumani, and it's referred to the Shankachura. It was Shankachura's gem, but it's usually referred to as Shamantaka jewel. We described how that came about yesterday. How Shankachura became known as Shamantaka. So Kostumani and Shamantaka are friends, just like devotees, like Muralika and Sakhipriya are friends. They're fast friends. So the Kingaris are also friends. The Guru Sakhi and Shishya Sakhi, or Guru Manjari and Shishya Manjari, are also friends. The Kingaris' friendship is based on seva. Sound familiar? All our friendships and Sadhaka-rup and Siddha-rup are based on the seva of Radha and Krishna. Because one time someone said, the only thing we have was a group of devotees in LA Temple. Some were from Israel, some were from Germany, some were from America, all different countries. And all we were sitting there, we were saying, if we weren't devotees of Krishna, we wouldn't even be sitting together in the same room. This collection of different people from different countries, they don't have anything in common. They don't even like each other, karmically or externally. But because Krishna is the center, then okay, you're my friend. You're German, but you're okay. You're Swiss, you're okay. But you're American, I don't know. Okay, you're doing okay. Otherwise, I don't like. So you go to Mayapur Festival, you get solid proof. Go to ISKCON Mayapur Festival. All the Italian devotees stay together here. All the Israeli devotees stay here. All the Russian devotees stay here. They always sit together for prasadam and kirtan. But after that, they split up. Oh, Germans here, oh, Swiss here. They're all cut up. South America, Bengalis. I see with my own eyes for 25 years. I say, well, I want to find a story. Oh, he lives with the Italian devotees. They're in a long building. All the Italian devotees are there. Oh, he lives in the Swiss devotees. Swiss devotees are in a chakra building. They have money, rich guy. The Swiss devotees are in a chakra building. Well, they're in the Vena Cooper, whatever. There's some building called Vena, Mamshi building, Vena building. All different buildings. Chakra Vena. Got a club building, every kind of thing. So the friendship is based on seva. And Sadhaka-rup and Siddha-rup. Sakhis are friends to serve Radha and Krishna. And here, devotees are friends to serve Radha and Krishna. This can't be experienced without thinking oneself as Radharani's maidservant. As long as one is, his or her mind is absorbed in the body, we can't understand this truth. Why, this question is asked with quotations, why am I always carried away by things that were not there before and will not remain later? That's interesting. Things that were not there before will not remain later. I'm ruining myself by giving up Krishna's seva, who is my all in all. I cannot give up temporary things and strive for the eternal. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was very satisfied with Das Goswami's example of love and detachment. So he gave him a Govardhan Shila and Gunjamala. What does that mean? Lord Chaitanya personally offered Raghunatha Das Goswami the lotus feet. He offered him Giridhari and Radhika. Radhika is represented by the Gunjamala and Giridhari is Krishna. So by Das Goswami giving him a Gunjamal and a Gauranga Shila, in effect, by Mahaprabhu giving Das Goswami a Gauranga Shila and Gunjamal, Mahaprabhu in effect was giving him the lotus feet of Radha and Krishna. In this way, Radhika took a seat in his heart. So you're worshiping Gauranga Shila without Gunjamala, then Radharani is not going to sit in your heart. That's the conclusion. So it behooves one to get a Gunjamala, little black and red berries, at the earliest. You get it on Amazon.com. I guess, I don't know.
Maharaj, what about worshipping Giriraj and Girirani? Two.
You go across the river Yamuna, you'll find the answer there. I don't have the answer. I didn't learn that from my Gurudev. My Gurudev taught me Chaitanya Charitamrita, and he said that Lord Chaitanya gave a Gauranga Shila to Das Goswami. He said, this is Sakshat, this Gauranga Shila is Sakshat Brajendra Nandan, Shyamsundar, and his Gunjamala is Radhika Charan. He didn't say that Giriraj Shila is Radharani or a dasi or a female. So I asked my Gurudev the same question. What about this idea? He said, we don't find that in Shastra. He was a Pandit. He knew Shastra inside and out. He's 102 years old and you could quote verses like drinking water. So there's different types of vichar. There's Shastra vichar, there's Bhav vichar. So if your guru, you have the Bhav, you have the blessings of your guru to worship Krishna as a devotee, then go and do it. But if you want to talk Siddhanta, what is Tava Siddhanta? You have to quote Shastra. We don't find anywhere in Goswami books, anywhere where the Goswamis are giving Tava Siddhanta to say we worship Giriraj as a female, as Girirani, as Radharani, etc. Or what to speak of a really far-out idea, taking a Varshana Shila, worshiping as Radharani. That's the newest, hippest thing in ISKCON. Take a rock from Varshana Hill, worship as Radharani. Where's that in Shastra? You go everywhere around. I've seen some people. I say, what's this rock? This is Radharani. Where's from Varshana Shila? Said Hari Bhakti Vilas? No. Said Bhagavatam? No. Goswami Radha? No. Why'd you get that idea? Well, this Babaji told me, this guy told me, this sannyasi. I said, Om Tat Sat. Thanks a lot. No, thank you. Guru Vakya, Shastra Vakya, Sara Vakya. So we should follow the Mahajans and the Gurus, not our whims. This last section of this verse, this very nice point Sri Anantadas Babaji makes, and commenting on verse 34 of Vilapa Kusumanjali, how Radharani trusts her manjaris. She trusts them more than Radharani trusts her kinkaris, her maidservants, Tulsi Manjari, Rupa Manjari, etc., Navadasi, Yu Manjari, Navakinkari, more than she trusts Lalita Vishaka. When Tulsi Manjari remembers the beautiful moon-like face of Swamini, which is full of ecstatic love, Swami laughs at Tulsi in a naughty way. And I think I read this part. Excuse me. Swami is very shy to discuss such intimate topics with Lalita Vishaka. But Radharani fully trusts her loyal maidservant. Tulsi. So Radharani can speak without shame or reservation. This is a very nice term here. The maidservants, the kinkaris, the manjaris, the dasis, are Radhika's Vishwas Bhumi. It's very easy for anyone who knows Hindi. Vishwas means trust, faith. Vishwas, faith. Bhumi means land of. The manjaris are the land of faith. Terra, Shraddha terra firma, solid earth of faith. Radharani can put her full faith at manjaris. Vishwas Bhumi. Nice phrase. They're the objects of Radharani's complete trust. Just imagine how that relationship with Radharani. Complete trust. So how do we develop that? How do we become qualified to be accepted as a trusted maidservant of Radharani? That is my question. How does a sadhaka become qualified, become a trusted manjari of Radharani? The question is, the answer is correct. The question is, how does a sadhaka, means a practitioner, a sadhaka, a sadhvi or a sadhu, a female or male practitioner of sadhana bhakti, how does he or she become qualified to be a trusted manjari, maidservant of Radharani? The answer is, the sadhaka gets qualified by becoming a trusted servant of the Guru. If one is loyal to the Guru, and the Guru tests the loyalty of the disciple and tests the love of the disciple, then the Guru will trust the disciple and reveal the most intimate, deepest subjects of Tattva Siddhanta to that disciple. Otherwise, no. So it's a two-way street. The Guru has to trust the disciple that tests his loyalty, and the disciple has to trust the Guru and test that trust and test the loyalty of the Guru. Then if they both are successful in their examination, that's the beginning of a most beautiful, intimate, eternal relationship. Guru Shishya Nitya Sambandha. Chaku Dano Diye Jami Jami Prabhu say. This is not just a poetic phrase, this is the ultimate siddhanta of Guru Tattva. That my Diksha Guru, that reveals my Siddha Swarup, is my Sadguru. Sadguru means Nitya. He's with me now and forever. Present time and eternal future time. He or she, maybe a lady Guru also. Goswami or whoever. So this is the most beautiful revelation and gift of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. What is the gift? The gift of Prem, Shishya, Guru Shishya Prem Sambandha. This special gift of, because Lord Chaitanya came to give prema. What kind of prema? It says, Namo Mahavanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate. The word Krishna Prema Pradayate means in this verse, Bhagavan Sri Krishna Prem, it also means Guru Prem, because Guru is also Krishna. Krishna is also Guru. So he came to give Krishna Prem, he came to give Guru Prem. They're one. That we have to realize. So Radharani trusts her manjaris, and the Guru will trust his disciples, and the disciple will trust his Guru. This is a perfect computation, the perfect reality. If this foundational reality is not there between disciple and Guru, it will never manifest between devotee and Krishna. Vishwas Bhumi. Bhumi means the land you stand on. Bhumi means Mother Bhumi, the earth. The land you stand on, the land you live on, the land you move on, the land you progress on. If you don't have land under your feet, you can't live, you can't progress, you can't make progress. So the land that we stand on is faith, Vishwas. Vishwas Bhumi means the terra firma of Shraddha, the land of faith. The land of faith is the land of bhakti. Bhakti rests on two legs, love and faith and love. Faith means you can't have faith unless you have trust. You can't trust someone you don't love. So see the interconnection of all these three. Trust, faith, and love. No faith, no trust, no love. It works everywhere. It works in the material world, it works in the spiritual world. Love is love. Relationship of love may be transcendental, it may be prakrita, maybe aprakrita, maybe mundane, maybe transcendental. But the basic elements of love are the same everywhere. Faith, trust, and loyalty. Confidence. Prabhupada described, what did he describe? He described this is the fourth limb of bhakti, right? First, what is the first? There's 64 limbs of bhakti. The first one is Guru Padashraya, to offer your head and heart at the feet of Guru. Guru Padashraya. Then what's the second limb? Diksha. Diksha Adi Shikshanam. Bhakti Rasrita Sindhu, 64 limbs of devotion. So Diksha Adi Shiksha. Diksha means, Adi means beginning with Diksha, then Shiksha. Not Shiksha, then Diksha. Because Diksha means Abhasamarpan. Diksha Kali Abhasamarpan. Not to the Lord Chaitanya defines what is Diksha. Diksha Kali Abhasamarpan. You have to surrender first, then you can hear. If you don't surrender, you can't hear. It's just noise going in your ears. You surrender to the lotus feet of Guru, then you do upasana. What is upasana? Upasana means to sit near. Asana means to sit, and upa means near. To sit near the Guru and hear katha and feel love. Feel the love of the Guru, feel the Guru's love for Radha Krishna, and hear the shiksha to attain that love. This is called upasana. Guru Padashraya Diksha Adi Shiksha. So bhakti begins with Guru and Diksha, then Shiksha, and then the fourth limb that we're discussing. Vishram Bena Gurur Seva. Vishram Bena Gurur Seva. To serve the Guru without Shrama. Vishram, V means without, and Shrama means artificial respect, artificial formalities. People in some institutions, I say, do you meet your Guru? Do you ask him questions? Oh no, I'm afraid to ask the question of my Guru. He might get angry. I can't meet my Guru. I have to wait in line for 10,000 years. I had to get approval from my temple president. I had to get approval from my counselor. I had to get approval from my regional secretary. I had to get approval from the personal secretary of the Guru. And it takes 27 years to get these approvals. But in India, you go to an ashram of a Guru, you go to the gate of the Guru's ashram, and the servant of the Guru says, well, I want to meet the Guru. Well, he's taking a shower now, come between 10 and 12. Every Indian Guru will meet his disciples every single day, whenever they want to meet. The door is always, Indian Guru, any Guru in India, the door to the Guru is always open. You don't have to make an application in the United Nations and get a visa and a permit, work permit, visa, security clearance. So this is a different way to go. Do you need a visa to approach your wife? Do you need a passport to approach your husband? You need a visa, but you need a visa and a passport to approach your Guru. He's more than a wife and more than a husband. Crazy world. I've been living in India for 35 years, so I learned what is Guru, what is Shishya, what is the real thing. I've seen it, I experienced it, I know directly what it is because I have an Indian Guru in India. And I have a loving relationship with him, and it's very nice. So Radha trusts her Manjaris. So this Vishwas Bhumi is Vishrambhena Gaur Seva. We can move in the land of faith if we have trust and confidence in the Guru. Prabhupada translates this term in Bhakti Rasa Sindhu, the fourth limb of devotee, fourth limb of bhakti, Vishrambhena Gaur Seva. Serve the Guru with Vishrama. Vishrama means, V means without Shrama, means formality. Means, and Prabhupada translate, to serve the Guru with trust and confidence. In English, you can see Bhakti Rasa Sindhu. To serve the Guru with trust and confidence. You can't have trust and confidence in someone unless you surrender fully, unless you love them.
So it's translated with intimacy.
Love is not intimate? I think love is synonymous with intimacy, if I'm not mistaken. But I like that. One gentleman added that Vishrambhena means with intimacy. It doesn't mean boy-girl intimacy. It means intimacy of hearts and minds. And like pran. Pran, dil, pran, and jiva. Life, energy, and heart. Bodies are just a vehicle to express those things. So I think that's all for this verse 34. Now verse 35.
I have a question.
I didn't turn it on. I make a note to send me this lecture. Okay, you all space out. Go ahead, ask your question, Dasiji. Oh, you, excuse me.
I have a question about Shiksha and Diksha, Guru. Because in the case of Raghunatha Das Goswami, which is the outstanding example for the Manjari Bhav, Upasana, that is his Shiksha Guru actually is Rupa Goswami, right?
Rupa Goswami and Srup Damodar and Lord Chaitanya.
Yeah, but his Guru Manjari is Rupa Goswami.
Yeah, definitely. The Manjari Bhav and Rag Bhakti.
But it's not his Diksha Guru.
No, it is his Diksha Guru.
Yeah.
His Guru is one.
Okay. But he didn't get Diksha from him.
No, he said, wait to Parivar's Diksha mantras from Yadavendu, Yadananda Goswami. That's in Vilapa Kusumanjali, you see. But his Shiksha, all his Manjari Bhav teachings came from Rupa and Sanatan, but primarily Rupa Goswami. You're correct. But the Guru, without the Diksha Guru, there's no connection with Krishna. So the Diksha Guru establishes connection with Krishna. Then whatever number of Shiksha Gurus you need to perfect that Sambandha relationship with Krishna, Adi Guru Krishna will arrange it. So because he surrendered to Yadanandacharya and took Diksha, then now he's in Achyuta Parivar. He's in the family of Krishna. Now Krishna sent Lord Chaitanya. Lord Chaitanya is also Krishna. And Lord Chaitanya sent Srupa Damodar. And then Lord Chaitanya and Srupa Damodar in the heart directed him to go to Vrindavan. And they arranged for him to meet Rupa and Sanatana. But the base of all that is Yadanandacharya. You can't take Yadanandacharya out of the computation. It's not that, he's out of the picture now. It's all one unit. It's like a pie with 8 pieces. It's one pie you cut up in 8 pieces. It's still one pie. Each piece is part of the same pie. But Diksha Guru and Srupa Damodar and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Rupa and Sanatana, they're all part of the same Guru Tava, Guru Kripa principle. You can't chop him off and, no, it's all Rupa and Sanatana. They're all one. They're all working quite jointly together. That's the beauty of Guru Tava. There's Krishna manifesting in infinite Rupams. The whole teaching of Dattatreya is this teaching. Dattatreya in the Bhagavatam, 11th canto, Dattatreya's teaching. The other two Brahmins, Dattatreya. I think it's 11th canto. Anyway, he taught that so many gurus are there. They're manifestation of Krishna. Adi Guru Krishna. Jagadguru is Krishna everywhere it says. So now we're discussing Vilapa Kusumanjali, verse 35. I just want to see something here. What this? Because each of these verses have titles. This Chandas is Vasant Tilak Chandas, which is like Brahma Samhita. But each verse has a title also. In the back of the book, so,
Right.
so much index and stuff. These are all morning sevas from 6 to 8:24. Verse 18 until 40. So I don't know, it's not so good. Anyway, this is verse 35. And it's called Shruti Baya. The title of this, the verse 34 we finished was Shamantaka Stavana. Shamantaka Stavana means establishing the Shamantaka jewel on Radharani's neck. So this verse 35 is called Shruti Baya. Fear that Radharani's waist will break. This is funny, Leela. I always find that funny. Waist is going to break. It's some kind of vibe. I can't understand it, but Prantatraya Parivirajita Gucha Yugva Vibrajitena Navakanchana Dorakena Shinam Chutat Yata Krishodare Che Itiva Vadnami Bostava Kadati Bayena Madhyam. Amati Bhayam. Vaya means afraid. Ati means I'm excessively afraid that your sumadhyama, your thin waist is going to break. That's so funny. Here's a translation. So Tulsi Manjari, it's interesting who just walked in. Tulsi Manjari in verse 35 says, "Oh Krishodari, girl with a slender waist." Something. Krishori has a slender waist. Krishori dasi. I'm not sure. Krishori, your waist is so thin. Krishori, Udar means belly, like Damodar, and Krisha means very thin. Krishodari, Damodar. Dama means rope around the belly. Krisha means thin belly. Your waist is so thin, I'm afraid it will break when I tie this waist belts on it. Oh no, a golden sash with tassels on the end. It has to have tassels. If it's a woman's sash, it has to have tassels. Krishna wears a cummerbund. Krishna has a yellow dhoti. He wears a red thing around his swanky hips. His beautiful hips. It's called cummerbund. It doesn't have tassels. But when Radharani wears it, it's got tassels. Tassels, little thing to dance around like this. It's a different, more style. So it's a golden sash around his waist, with tassels hanging down. And the Manjari's afraid. When I tie this around his waist, slap, waist's going to break. Very interesting. So there's a Leela. I'm very fearful to tie your waist with these tassels. Ai Kishori. When will I fearfully hang this string around your waist? I'm afraid that your waist will break. Seeing how thin Srimati's waist is, Tulsi is afraid it will break. Then he sings a bhajan from some poet. Radharani's waist is more thin than that of a lion. You probably haven't seen too many lions lately. Had to go on the internet. Not a male lion. Male lions get big bellies because they eat too much. But the female lions do the hunting. They're the hunters. The male guys are just lazy bums. They just have big hairdo, you know. Fancy afro hairdo. Because the lions are from Africa, you know. So they have afro hairdo. They're not from India. Yeah, this fancy hairdo. They prance around like they're the king of the jungle, which they are. And they're damn strong. You don't want to mess with a lion. But they don't do much but sleep and eat all day. So the females are the power Shaktiwalas. They go out and hunt. They have very thin waist. You can see on the YouTube it's a very thin waist and dangerous. Don't mess with the female lion. They don't go alone. They're not. The male lion goes alone. If it went by chance he goes hunting, he'll go alone. He's pretty puffed up and confident, like most males. But when the lady lions go hunting, they go 6 or 8 of them. One water buffalo and 6 or 8 lionesses. Good luck, buffalo. Finish, Katamogi. So you can notice there, they have very thin waist. So when the lionesses see Radharani, what do? When they see her thin waist? They put their tail between their legs like a scared dog. Yeah. When a dog is scared, he bends his tail and goes, whoa, 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 whoa. And they put their tail, the lions put their tail between their legs. They run into the mountain caves and hide. They're afraid of that waist. They say, wow, she's a bad lion. She's a mean lion, she'll rip us apart. Radharani's waist is so thin you can hold it with one fist. That's pretty thin.
That's in the poem, right?
That's in the poem. That says, Mute Kari Jaya Dara. It says Keshari Jini. Keshari means lion guru. Maharaj's guru.
Acharya Keshava Goswami Maharaj.
Yeah, Acharya Keshava Maharaj. Keshari Jini Krisha Majakani Mute Kori Jaradara. So, that's the Leela. There's more Leela about this also, I think. That's another one. Tulsi Mantri lives in the kingdom of Seva. And while she's decorating Radharani, she's telling her. So again, we're hearing her hands are engaged in decorating. Like when we decorate the deities, we don't usually talk to them. So maybe so too, I don't know. She probably does. This one, Stavavali, she talks to her deities. She speaks Italian to Krishna. The question is, does Krishna speak Italian back to her? There's no Italian words in Braj Bhasha. But anyway, when the Manjaris are dressing Radharani, they're also speaking to Radharani. Radharani, I'm tying this sash. Your waist is so thin. You know, Krishna can put his fist around your waist and have lions see your waist, so run away. I'm afraid. I'm Bhayam, Madhya Bhayam. Your waist is so thin. I'm afraid it'll break when I tie this string around it. Radharani's smiling. My Manjari is so funny. She's making nice jokes. So the Manjari's entertaining Radharani. Because remember, Tulsi Manjari is an Advaita Parivar. And that who is the Uteshri, the leading Sakhi of Tulsi Manjari? Vishaka Sakhi. And Vishaka Sakhi is Narma Pandit. Narma Pandit. What does Narma Pandit mean? Pandit means the very learned, wise person, and Nara means joking. Vishaka is a Pandit, an expert, intelligent joker. So Rati Manjari must be a joker. Rati Manjari is Tulsi Manjari, and Tulsi Manjari is joking all the time with Radharani. Radharani loves it. Dressing and joking. Not just dressing and mum. Talking, you know, right. So, what's going on here? All right. So she's speaking like that. Tulsi reminds Radharani of her previous pastime with Krishna. Blessed is his maidservant. One day, Radha and Krishna are having their amorous pastimes in the Kunja. Swami takes the role of the active lover and Krishna is passive. The roles of the lover are reversed. It's called Viparita Vilas. That's got myself in trouble here. How wonderfully it is. Put it that way. Krishna, the youthful Kamadeva, is beside himself in ecstasy. Although Krishna himself is personified bliss, he becomes overwhelmed by the power of Radharani's Mahabhava. Very nice description there. So Krishna gets attacked by two enemies. One is Anand and the other is Madan. Madan means Madanakya Mahabhava Radharani, and Anand means the great bliss of tasting Radharani's love. That's the idea here. And in brackets it says Leela, but then also it says no, which I didn't read before. I wasn't supposed to read that. I read it, I edited it as I read it. It's a little tough. What time is it?
15 more minutes.
15 more minutes. So this point of the commentary, Anandas Babaji is describing how the Manjaris know Krishna's desires. So we're serving Krishna, we have Giriraj or Krishna or Gauranitai, but do we know what they want? How do we know what they want? Do we know the desires of our Thakurji? Do we know the desires of our Thakurani? So Anandas explains, how do the Manjaris know Krishna's desires? Because the Manjaris are one with Radharani's heart, they're like a shadow of Radharani. They live. Where I asked a question once, I asked a tricky question to the students. I said, where do Manjaris live? And the devotee said, they live in Barsana, they moved to Yavagram, some are born in Unchigan, some are born in Dobara, some are born in Anjankot, some are born in Kamai. I said, no. I said, where do Manjaris live? Nobody knew the answer. I said, Manjaris live in Radharani's heart. Very good. Good. So how do the Manjaris know Krishna's desires? One can never serve Krishna with love unless one knows the desires in Krishna's mind. A sadhaka must get some impulse from Krishna. That's interesting. On the strength of loving devotion, the mind of Krishna will open for a devotee. This is very high realization being shared with us by Raghunatha Das Babaji Maharaj. You can understand the mind and heart and anubhav experience of an advanced devotee in Manjari Bhava Upasana by reading the books and teachings, the commentaries and teachings of Raghunatha Das Babaji Maharaj. The more I read his books, I've been reading his books for 35 years, the more I'm awed and amazed at the extent of his bhakti, devotion, and perception. What happened? What's going on? So, this is another example of a great gem of realization he's sharing with us. We're not very near this experience, we're very far from this experience, but he's pointing us towards the direction of where we have to go, where we have to think, where we have to identify. One can't serve Krishna properly unless one knows the desires in Krishna's mind. On the strength of bhakti, Krishna's mind will open for a devotee. Then one will see what Krishna wants. How glorious are Radharani's kinkaris, who are dedicated to the service of Radharani. Radharani, who is Radharani? Radharani is supreme love personified. And she keeps Krishna under her control. Krishna worships prema. Therefore, he is also subdued by Radharani's maidservants. Radharani controls Krishna, prema vasi bhut. Prema vasi bhut. Vasi bhut means controlled by love. Krishna controls Radharani by love, and the Kinkari Manjaris have that same love in their heart, and therefore they also control Krishna by Radharani's love. Because the Manjaris and Kinkaris are tasting, experiencing, and realizing Radharani's love, so therefore the Manjaris and Kinkaris have the full ability to control Krishna with their love. Even more, because Radharani controls Krishna by her love, but the Manjaris control Krishna by Radharani's love, but the Manjaris control Krishna more than Radharani, because the Manjaris have Radharani's love plus their own kripa. Because each Manjari is a Kripa Shakti Murti, beginning with Gurudev. Gurudev is a Manjari, he's a Sakhi, he's a Kripa Shakti Murti of Krishna. So when Krishna wants to get mercy, he goes to Radharani. She says, no luck, man. So then Krishna has to go to find Radharani's prema in somebody else. Where does Krishna find Radharani's prema? He finds Radharani's prema in the heart of Manjari. But he went to Radharani to try to find her prema, find a soft spot in her prema, couldn't find it. But the soft spot in Radharani's prema is found in the hearts of the Manjaris. Because the Manjaris have Radharani's prema, plus they have kripa. And that kripa they offer and express and use it to serve Krishna and help him meet Krishna, help him meet Radharani. Because without the mercy of Manjaris, Krishna can never meet Radharani when she's in Madan, when she doesn't want to meet. Lita can't help her, Vishaka can't help her, Yogamaya can't help her, Puramasi can't help her, only Rupa Manjari can help her, Tulsi Manjari, or Navadasi, or any Manjari. See the power and unique position of Radharani's Manjaris. What's that verse? Oh, that verse. Yeah, keep saying, keep going.
Nityam parasya purushasya shikandamole tasya kadara samidera vishavanujayastapakeli kunja bhavanangana marjanisyam. Krishna is praying, is submitting heartfelt prayers to the kinkaris to allow him to enter into the kunja to meet Radharani.
That's by Rupa Goswami? Who wrote that prayer?
No, that's from Radha and Her Manjaris.
It's a verse from Arasana. Our Daji Dada recited a beautiful verse from Arasana where Krishna is praying to the Manjaris, please be merciful to me, allow me to meet Mahabhav Srupini Radharani in the Kunj. Please let me come in the Kunj. The Adi Purush, the Purushottam, Adi Purush, Parameshwara is begging a 12-year-old girl, please let me see my Shakti, please let me meet my Radharani. No. Better luck next time. Ciao. The Gita Govinda, Jai Sri Goswami says, Radharani tells Krishna at this juncture, Krishna, go back to that one whom you came from. She can satisfy your desires. You'll have no success here. Radharani, in effect, Radharani says, Jao, Saka. Get lost, Saka. Saka means friend. Jao, Jao, Jao. Jolly Jao, quickly get out of here. Hey, Rupa Manjari, you're so sweet, you're so nice. I'll give you a big box of sweets. Ciao, Saka. Oh, this is Rupa Manjari. Oh, Tulsi Manjari, you're so sweet, you're so tender. You're not nasty like Rupa Manjari, you're very nice, right? Ciao, Saka. All right. Here's a new girl. I don't know her name. I don't know. This is a new girl. Hey, Navadasi. Hey, Navakinkari. Don't you know my name? No. Get lost. Jao, Saka. I'm Maharaj Dasi. You should know my name. Oh, you just came yesterday. Jao, Saka. So the Manjaris know Krishna's desires. That's how, what is Krishna's desire? What is his first desire? It says desires, it's plural. That means 1, 2, 3. What is Krishna's first desire?
Please Radharani.
Radharani. What's his second desire? Radharani. What's his third desire? Radharani. What's his fourth desire? Radhe, 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 Jai Radhe, Jai Radhe, Radhe, Jai Radhe, Jai Sri Radhe. That's it, that's A to Z. Radhe to Radhe to Radhe to Radhe to Radhe to Radhe to Radhe. Was Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Manjari Bhav, yes or no?
Yes.
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 Yes. He's Krishna and Radha Bhav. Radha Bhav and Kanti. Radha's Mahabhav in golden color. He says a Manjari, Dasi Bhav, Kinkari Bhav. What's your praman? Just say, can't get, just can't. Somebody says, what's your praman? Say, Chaitanya Charita. Where Chaitanya Charita?
When he have his ecstasy.
Who's he?
Lord Chaitanya have on ecstasy when he was floating in the ocean, and he saw in his meditation that he was witnessing the lila of Radha and Krishna and the gopis that are playing in the Yamuna.
Jalkeli.
Yes.
So what else?
When he took the form of tortoise in front of the lion's gate, and the devotees brought him back to consciousness, as he complained. He said, I was with Radha and Krishna and seeing their lila, and you brought me back. Why did you bring me back? So he's witnessing Radha and Krishna. What does that mean?
Yeah, because he's not in that's Korma Chaitanya Rupam. He showed in Antya-lila, in Gambhira Lila and Puri. And he became totally transformed, in extraordinary transformation. Prem Vikar, became like Jagannath. He became like Korma, worse than Jagannath, no arms, no legs, everything inside his body. Look like a golden pumpkin. Like a golden pumpkin or a turtle with arms and legs inside, like draw inside. So why did he have that transformation? Because he saw something extraordinary. Just like you see something extraordinary, your eyes go. Your eyes light up, your hair standing there. So what did he see? What did he see?
He saw Radha and Krishna performing Raslila.
Raslila? Well, there's one pastime, it's in Chaitanya Charitamrita, there's a picture of it. He saw Radha and Krishna and gopis walking into a cave at Govardhan Hill. He was standing there in Sakhi Rup. There's a painting in the BBT book. So I don't know if that's it at the same time. There's 3 or 4 pastimes where Lord Chaitanya is the Sakshi, he's seeing, but he's seeing Krishna, he's seeing Radharani, and he's seeing Sakhis. So if Krishna's there, Radharani's there, and Sakhi's there, who's Lord Chaitanya at that time? He's not one of the Sakhis, he's not Radharani, he's not Krishna. Then the only option left is a Manjari.
He's in Manjari Bhav.
He's a Manjari Bhav. This point is brought out in this purport. So tomorrow we'll discuss more on verse 35. What?
Not tomorrow.
Oh, excuse me. Thank you.
After today.
Tomorrow and next day, no class. 25th and 26th. 27th, which is Thursday.
Good.
Thank you. Thursday, 27th at 3 o'clock is the next class. Tomorrow is the grand Surya eclipse of the sun. You should stay in your house all day and chant Gopal mantra. If you're initiating Gopal mantra or Gayatri, Hari Bhakti Vilas, 16th Vilas, 222nd verse describes that you get siddhi and chant your Gopal mantra or Gayatri if you chant during eclipse. So eclipse tomorrow starts at 4:15 p.m. and goes till 6:20 p.m. It's 2 hours. So take a bath, sit in clean clothes, sit on a clean asana, wool asana, or kusa grass in front of your giraj, facing east or north, or just facing whatever, facing your giraj or Gauritai, and chant your Gopal mantra or Diksha mantra. You get mantra siddhi. This is explained in Hari Bhakti Vilas, quoting from Padma Puran. I have an article, I sent an article to some of my friends on my website called Mahanidhi.com. It's called Mantra City, which describes this idea. It's very highly recommended. What does Mantra City mean? Mantra City means you got darshan of Krishna and Radharani. Because Gopal mantra and Gayatri is a form of Radha and Krishna in Sambhog Vilas, intimate pastimes.
Maharaj, what's happening the next day?
Excuse me?
What's happening the following day on Govardhan Puja?
What's happening? What? I can't hear.
Govardhan Puja.
Govardhan Puja? There's no class, but
No class at that.
do you do any public?
No. All Manasik Jhan. They're going to offer some boga to Giraj.
Yeah, I asked Prem Gopal Goswami what to do during Grahan some time ago, not now, and he said just sit on the bank of Radhakund and chant the Gopal mantra during the whole eclipse.
Yeah, that's generally told, sit in water. I've done that many times. You can sit on a step, just sit like in a yoga asana, or you can stand. Or I asked my Gurudev, he said, He said, you can do it, but you can also stay in your, he says, too much disturbance there. Just stay in your ashram in front of your giraj and do it. Shastras tell us to sit in water. That's true. And my Gurudev said the same thing. I said, so because I asked him, because many times I sat there, and you'll see many Goswamis from Banki Bihari Temple, Pracharaks, famous Bhagavat, Devaki Nandan Thakur, and big guys like that, and Goswamis from Radharani, they're sitting next to me on the Sabji side of the Radhakund facing east, facing Sangam during the eclipse. And they have their head covered, and they're saying mantras. So I don't know what mantra, but so I sat down. It was 2 hours eclipse. Several times I'd done this. I sat there for a couple hours with some of the students. I said, "Don't disturb me. I'm not going to open my eyes till later." I didn't have any watch or anything, because I could just feel everyone's getting restless and started bathing. So I sat there and I was chanting. And then I started people jumping in the water. I said, let me keep going more. I didn't feel it was time yet. So when I opened my eyes, I looked, I saw these guys with buckle bundis, they're all around Tilak, on either side. Really big guys from those temples. They were doing the same thing I was doing. I said, wow, doing something right. So you can do that. You can sit in the bank at Radhakund or stay in your kutir. If you're my student, you follow my teaching, you can stay in your kutir. Because it's very disturbed there, actually. Sometimes there's loudspeakers making noise. I brought earplugs with me, because I knew it's going to be like that. So I had these earplugs, I stuck them deep in my ears. And you're supposed to sprinkle water on your head every half hour. Don't stop chanting, just with your left hand, sprinkle some Radhakund gel, just a little bit. Counteract the contamination of eclipse. These are very secret things, because otherwise, to observe it's called Purashchar Brata. There's 300 verses describing how to do it. It's very elaborate and very difficult. But this compensation of eclipse is called Sankshipta. It's in Sanskrit verses in Hari Bhakti Vilas 16th or 17th Vilas. It says Sankshipta sadhana or something, a brief, fast track city. Because otherwise you have to feed Brahmins every day for 40 days, chant so many lakhs of mantra, do an Agnihotra every day. All these things, which you have to hire Brahmins and hope they do it for 40 days. This is just for 2 hours, 3 hours. Very powerful and very good, so try to do it. Jai Jai Sri Radhe, Jai Jai Sri Radhe, Jai Jai Sri Radhe.